Hello and welcome to Nintendo Nightly, your Monday through Friday source for everything Nintendo. My name is Michael Cottrell, your host, and today on the show, I just want to take a quick look at Nintendo Labo, a new project that was just announced by Nintendo about 4 hours ago. So let's jump right into it. Nintendo Labo is kind of inspired by the likes of, say, like Google Cardboard and the growing industry of kids' toys that are a little bit more than just toys. We've seen stuff like gosh, I'm forgetting their names now, but there's all sorts of little robots. I think Cosmo is one of them that are teaching kids how to code or just robotics or all sorts of different subjects. This doesn't look quite that in depth or complex, but it seems like a really cool project. So this is a cardboard layout that you purchase along with a game title. And the game instructs you on how to build the structure, and then you will play various games with it. So the first one they show off is a piano, and you make kind of like a model of a piano. You dock the Switch screen inside of the piano where the musical notes would go, and then you put the Joy-Cons on the side for some reason. I don't know why you do that, but really cool and innovative things. I've got a daughter. I might not have been excited for this like 3 years ago, but my daughter is gonna have so much fun with this, and I'm very excited that this exists and that Nintendo is constantly pushing the envelope of what a video game or what a video game system can be. When people get carried away with that, and when Nintendo gets carried away with that like they did in the Wii, it can be a little bit destructive to what video games are. I think there's a balance that we have to hit where games should always have a fond reverence for where they've been, where they came from, but also just an excitement to push the boundaries of what we can do with this medium. Because I really do believe in games, and I'll say this more in a bento block series that's coming up, but I really do believe that games they have the potential anyway to be the most powerful and influential entertainment medium. And it's really just how games can elicit a tactile response. They can elicit our input, our agency, our choices into everything that's going on here. So this looks really cool. The price seems a little bit high. It starts at $70 for one kit that comes with a bunch of small little things like the piano that I had mentioned previously, and then there's a fishing rod game. There's like a toy car one, and a motorcycle one, a house one. Lots of cool little things to experiment with. But it is made out of cardboard, so I don't know about that. I'm curious for what the replacement process is if you mess up one of these or one of them gets damaged. I hope there's some sort of thought process put into there for their support team, because we are talking about kids here. But the second pack, the battle mech robot thing, looks a little more complex. And what's interesting about this is that there was a Wii U project that Miyamoto was working on. They called it, I think, Project Giant Robot. And this was shown behind closed doors to some people, like a tech demo, and it looks like the assets from this made its way to this title. And so I'm really excited about this. My daughter's a little too young for this. She's almost 2, so she probably won't get a lot of this, but I could see the piano game being a ton of fun, and just seeing some of this stuff and getting a tactile feel for it. I'm definitely going to pick a couple of these up, so that even if I have to put it in a box and wait a few years for her to really appreciate it, I think it'd be so much fun to share my passion for games in a way that she can actually understand. If you live in New York City or San Francisco, the only 2 cities that matter to Nintendo of America, you can go to different workshops that they're throwing on here to get your hands on it for a 3-hour workshop. So it being 3 hours and holding the attention of children for 3 hours tells me that this is not going to be, or I hope it's not going to be as shallow as 1-2 Switch is. 1-2 Switch felt a little more like a tech demo. This truly feels like something that could be really fun for family time, for kids, and just for people who enjoy this sort of stuff. I mean, I've seen a lot of excitement for this in between the memes. Of course, the memes are great. Memes are fantastic because if you boil it down to its base component parts, you are playing with boxes, but I think that sort of imagination, this Lego kind of curiosity to what we can make with something as simple as cardboard or plastic is really cool. And so they're selling the first set for $70, the second set for $80. That's kind of expensive. A $10 little sticker stencil set if you want to customize your Labo, that could be cool too. But yeah, this is a new venture that Nintendo's going on, and it's interesting because we've heard in all sorts of previous investor calls and E3 showcases that Nintendo is looking for another way to engage consumers besides a console or a handheld game system, that they've been looking for some sort of quality of life thing. I don't know if this is the fruition of that idea, but it is a step in that direction. And I think it's really cool. You know, games get a lot of unfair stigma for being just a waste of time, and this is another one of those standout titles that really just expands our understanding of what games can be. So I'm nothing but excited for this. Hope it isn't cheap and just a ripoff and just a way for Nintendo to scam people, but I don't know. There seems to be a lot of thought and love put into this. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. When April rolls around, I will get into it, let you know what I think, do a proper review of it, and we'll talk about it more then. But so far, what are your thoughts? I think it's weird how they teased this out. They just said, hey, we got an announcement for you guys. It's going to be for those of you who are kids or kids at heart, and I'm curious for... You know, some people, they were literally thinking that we were going to see something about Pokemon. But what do you think about this? Were you disappointed? Are you excited? Do you not care? I'd love to know what you think. Type in the comments section if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or SoundCloud. If you're listening on iTunes, you can write into the show at thebentoblock.com/Nintendo Nightly. I'd love to hear what you think. That'll wrap it up for today. That'll wrap it up for today's show. If you want to see more content from this channel, you can hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you leave a review on iTunes, that is extremely helpful for gaining some notoriety and audience, and it helps me make the show bigger and better every day. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time for some more Nintendo Nightly.